What is good, everybody? Today we are back with a brand new AEW Supreme Collection review on the long-awaited, highly anticipated AEW Supreme Collection Jon Moxley figure. Now, this is a figure I've been waiting on for quite a minute. I feel like it's been a while since we got our last Supreme. That was the Sting figure. You know, we're only getting one per wave nowadays, which is kind of sad to me because I think this line is really strong. I always enjoy these figures for the most part. And today we're back with Moxley here, which could be the best Mox, the best representation of the character that we've ever seen in figure form from AEW and Jazzware. So I'm very excited for this figure, as you can see here. Very weird. I got this delivered from Walmart, and they did not do it like they shipped it. I bought it off their website, and they handed this to me with a sticker on it. So they just hand-delivered it to me. Like, it was crazy. So has that ever happened to you before when ordering a figure? I'd like to know down below. But today we do have Jon Moxley, man. I'm excited for it. You can see at the top it says Supreme Collection. Big window. I always love this packaging. I think it's so good, and I'm going to open this figure today, but I do want to track down a mint-on-card version. Trying to, I do have every single Supreme so far mint on card, I think, besides the Jazzware's Vault exclusive Malachi Black. Still trying to track that one down. But this one looks pretty good. I think this is pretty promising. You know, you got the portal down there. You got Jon Moxley, 12 pieces. And then they do store all the accessories on the side here. So you get some cloth goods. Says Forged in Combat. Got some interchangeable hands down there. He is number 9 apparently in the set, Series 6. And then on this side, you get some interchangeable head sculpts. And then it's got the other gear in there and all that different stuff. But this figure does look very promising. It is Walmart exclusive. All the Supremes are, unless otherwise noted. So I think this is pretty sweet. I think I'd like to see a Ringside Collectibles exclusive Supreme someday. But I digress, man. We're going to pop Jon Moxley out of the packaging, find out what he's about, compare him to his other figures, see if they fix some of those issues, and find out if this is the definitive Jon Moxley that you need to have in your action figure collection. So with that being said, let's crack Mox out of his prison and find out what he's all about. So here we have our Supreme Collection Jon Moxley out of the packaging, man, and I am really enjoying myself with this figure so far, man. It's pretty damn good and impressive thus far. Of course, we have to break into the details, find out what it's all about. Truly get into the accessories and everything, but AEW and Jazzwares does a really good job with the Supreme figures as far as packing in a ton of value. You get a ton in here and all those different things, man. So we're going to break it all down for you, get into the accessories you get with Mox, and then we're going to dive into Mox himself and find out if this is, again, that definitive Moxley figure that you need in your collection. So let's dive into the accessories first, and then we're going to run it back and take a closer look at Mox, get some comparisons, and then at the end, we're going to finish it off with some epic photography for you there. So with that being said, man, let's dive into the Jon Moxley Supreme Collection figure. So here's all the accessories you get with the Supreme Jon Moxley figure, man. Quite a bit. It is a Supreme figure, so you know they're going to pack in tons of value in here usually. And it's usually either an interchangeable arm gimmick or it is a swappable gear gimmick, which I think is so awesome. So I do want to show off both sets of legs first. You get this black attire with the barbed wire going around, and we will showcase this when we get into the figure as well, but I just want to showcase all the accessories first. So you do have the gear with the barbed wire, and then you have the Mox down there with the skull and everything. Nice painted details. And again, we'll get into this when we show the figure off as well, but I wanted to showcase the gear first. And then you also get this really sweet gray gear. You can see here it says Mox on there on both sides, one in white and red and black, and then you have like a black and red. And then also these gray pants. The gray gear has almost like a dry brush, light blue or whitish, light gray wash over it, which looks really good, but it does have the jeans on there. And then the others are kind of like joggers. So you'll see, look at the waistbands. It's like pants or joggers, and then you have sort of like a athletic pant kind of deal going on, and then you can flip it on the back there. It goes all the way down. You have the black boots and everything. So I think it's the same boots and everything, but the pants are different. It has like a different crotch piece. So I like it. I think both are really nice choices. I don't have a problem with either of these. But then we're getting into the head sculpts, and we have this sort of stoic, pissed-off looking head sculpt, and I think it looks pretty good. I think bald-headed would have been nice to see, but I don't mind the hair. You know, it has a nice fade on there and everything. Has the beard in there. Good likeness. I like it. I think it does look like Mox and everything like that. So I think this is a good choice right here, man. If this is your standard sort of stoic, not necessarily pissed off, but I guess he's not too intrigued. And then we have kind of this graveling, sort of gritting his teeth head sculpt. I feel like the eyes are a little wide on these, or at least this eye over here, but it's not bad. It also looks a little flat on top, but I don't mind this head sculpt. I still think it's fair. I don't think it's the best head sculpt, but I still like it. I don't think, it doesn't lose all the likeness where you're like, who the hell is that? I think it still maintains a certain look of Mox and everything, so I don't mind this one either. And then we have the screaming expression, which I do like. I feel like some of the paint looks weird on it, on the inside of the mouth, but I think it's just because the top teeth are not necessarily showing as much. So it looks a little weird, but I still think it looks like Mox yelling and everything. You know, the sculpt is good, the likeness is good. I think it's a little bit of paint apps or something, or maybe that black dot on the middle there is throwing it off. Maybe I could repaint that or fix that in some way, but all of it looks good and everything. So I don't mind all three head sculpts. I think the one where he's just chilling is my favorite, but I still like this one. And then another head sculpt I really like, which we'll try and put onto the Supreme when we get there. I'm going to do a few head swaps just to see if they can, you know, fit on there and look good and everything, but I'm kind of worried about the skin tone. We'll have to see how it all pans out. And then we do have the black leather jacket. Lots of cloth goods here. You get 3 pieces of cloth goods, and this leather jacket is very nice, like a pleather material. Feels really good. Kind of reminds me of those Toy Biz jackets from back in the day, like with Roddy Piper and stuff like that, but probably, I'm sure it's way higher quality, to be honest. I'm just trying to think off the top of the dome what it feels like to me, but this does Velcro in the front, and he does come with that stuff on the torso to prevent the staining and stuff, which I assure you it probably will stain, but I'm going to soak all of this and try to get all that out. But you could put this on literally anybody. I mean, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Adam Cole, CM Punk. You can probably put this on so many different characters. So, you know, it comes nicely with your Mox figure, and you can have him on there if you want, but the black leather jacket is very clean, and I like this a lot. Never complaining about this. And then he also features a Blackpool Combat Club shirt with the fist with the blood on it. It is a Velcro shirt. I left the cardboard in there just so it can hold shape and everything, but it will go on the figure. It will probably stain again, so you want to make sure that you're doing the soak method like hot water, and I probably need to make a video detailing how I do that, but in short, you basically fill a little bowl with hot water, mix some soap in there, like mix it up nicely, and then hand wash the shirts in there, and then soak them in there for like 20 to 30 minutes. Then you'll rinse them out in running hot sink water, and then lay them on a towel to dry overnight or whatever the hell, and that pretty much takes care of it. But this is a nice shirt, and then we also have the Blackpool Combat Club hoodie with the strings and everything, and it even has the hood, but it's tucked in here, so you can have the hood on there, which is just another nice accessory. We did see this on one of his last figures as well. I can't remember if it was Unmatched or Unrivaled. I want to say it was the Unmatched, maybe 9 Mox or something, but it is the Forged in Combat hoodie. Got the AEW logo on there, and then it is the Blackpool Combat Club. Just a nice, I mean, dude, how are you upset about this stuff? I think it's so nice to have these cloth, high-quality goods, and I love to see stuff like this. So, the cardboard fell out, but still great. I love this. And then he does come with the coveted AEW World Championship, which is very nice. Seen this so many times over the years, and it's still a beautiful championship. I think that it is one that can hold up for a very long time. It looks modern while also remaining classic, so I like the AEW Championship, but we have seen it multiple times before.
Flap and Flotsam, what's that?
And wouldn't you believe it, man, they gave us an AEW microphone. The percentage of figures that has came with a AEW microphone is astonishing, but you do get it thrown in right here. I have a little baggie full of these, and they throw it in so many times, man, but it's just become a running joke or meme at this point, which is so funny. However, you know, I think it looks good. The sculpt's good, the likeness is good, logos are printed cleanly. It's a nice microphone, man. Then he also comes with the dog tag, or the dog tags. It's got the nice necklace. Nice sculpt and everything. Fits the figure well. You just pop the head off and then slide it on. But the silver color is nice, and I always prefer the necklaces. I don't know. Necklaces are a really underrated detail, much like the watches and the chest hair. Like these little mini things that can really set a figure off, and that's what I think about the dog tag. But you do include this with the figure. Then he also includes some mic-holding or weapon-wielding hands here. He does have all his tattoos on there, too, which is cool. Got the ring finger tat, which is cool. Very nice right there, man. Even have the numbers over here as well, so nice. You get weapon wielding / mic holding hands. It is Moxley, so he also comes with a pair of fists, all featuring the same tattoo, so you can beat the hell out of people. He also comes with the Kenny Omega off hands, but he comes with a pair of them. And again, they have all the tattoos featured, man, so no inconsistencies with tattoos or anything, but these are kind of those Kenny Omega shooter off hands, you know, but you can use these for a lot of different things. Slapping, grappling, hands on the waist, all kinds of different things for these. Then it comes with one right pointing finger here with the tattoos, which is nice. So he's got like a pointer finger or a shooter finger or whatever you want to do with this. I mean, there's multiple things you can use this for. Then he comes with a left whipping hand, so he can, you know, web around the city and web up enemies and things like that. So you get the whipping hand, which is pretty cool. I think this is nice. May even be able to use it on a Marvel Legend or something like that if you want to. So getting into the Mox figure itself, man, starting out at the head sculpt. Again, I do like this head sculpt. I think that it's pretty solid here. Not perfect by any stretch, but I do like it, you know what I'm saying? I think that it looks pretty good there. And you could probably make it bald if you wanted to really get that full thing going there. But going down into the torso, I think this works well. I love that they added chest hair. I think that's, again, such a great detail to include on the figures, man. I love when they include the chest hair, but got the shoulders and arms in there. Nothing too crazy going on. He does have his tattoos on the arms there. There's a nice shot of the back of the figure. and you can see the butterfly joints are a little bit more deep than the front. I wish I had that same deepness on the front right here, but I digress. You do have the black wrist tape in there, which looks good. Tattoos on the hands. You do have the jogger mold right here, and we will look at the other gear as well when we get into the comparisons. But going down, you got the Mox in the blood with the skull and everything like that. Barbed wire wrapping around here. This does look to be brand new because it is pinless and all those things, and it looks pretty good for the most part. I don't think it looks off or wacky or anything. I think they did a good job sculpting the joggers and everything. So, I don't know, man. I'm digging it, you know? But you go down into the boots here. Nice. Got the toe pivot in there. I noticed on this one, it's like the peg sticks out a little bit there, which is, I don't know if that's on every single one or if it's just mine, but the boots do look good. Got the little toe articulation in there. But getting into the articulation, he can look down pretty good. Again, he is on a ball hinge, so he can look down and up pretty decent. Look left to right, you know, full 360, all those good things. Ab crunch is decent, man. You get a pretty decent ab crunch right there. It's, of course, a ball joint at the hips here in the waist, and then you do get the ball joint at the abdomen right there at the bottom of the chest, and that's pretty good ab crunch for the most part, I would say. Better than an Ultimate and possibly better than an Elite here, but got the ratchet joint here, can go above 90, you get full rotation. Bicep swivel, you do have the pinless arms that are double jointed, and then you do get wrist hinge and rotation right there, which is always good. And then as far as the kick forward and the kick back, you do get a decent kick forward right there. It can go out to the side. It's not super stiff or anything. Upper thigh cut. Pretty smooth double jointed knee there for the most part. And it's about 90, I'd say. Boot rotation. You do get the ankle rocker, and then you do get the toe bend right there. But I do like the articulation here. It feels smooth and good in hand. I'm not finding any, you know, just major stresses or like, oh my god, I feel like I'm going to snap the figure in half, which is always a plus, you know. I don't think you're going to be posing this guy around and just want to absolutely lose your mind or anything like that. But I do want to get into some Mox figure comparisons. So for your Mox figure comparisons, here is every single Jon Moxley figure from AEW and Jazzwares besides a couple. I think we're missing one of the 2-pack ones here, and I think we're also missing the chases. There's a couple chases, I do believe. I have them in on card, but I don't have them loose. I think it's the Unrivaled 5 chase, and then I don't have the Unrivaled 2 chase, which I think is in the same gear, just has a t-shirt or something. But I did adjust the height of this one, so it is, you know, it's not necessarily the stock figure or whatever, but there's the Unrivaled 2. But this is the Unmatched 9, I think it was. I can't remember off the top of the dome, but yeah, Unrivaled Series 2, Series 5, Series 8, the Blood and Guts version, the Shop AEW version here. I think this is the Unrivaled 12, maybe. And then we do have the Target exclusive 2-pack that came with MJF, I think it was. And all of these, you know, I like certain aspects of them, but I think that as far as head sculpts, there's only a few good head sculpts, I think. I think his OG head sculpt was pretty solid for the time. I think the new ones are really good. I like this yelling one, even though they've used it quite a bit. And then I really liked the unmatched one. Now, this is the one that I was worried about, that I think the skin tone, yeah, the skin tone definitely does not match here. This one looks a bit better in my opinion. I think this one's a little more pale. I would have preferred this skin tone over this skin tone, but you'll notice that they did adjust the height here. So you'll see that he's a little taller here. This is the Blood and Guts one. Blood and Guts is a little taller there. Shop AEW, again, is up there. You can get the Unrivaled 8 in here, still taller. So you can see they definitely made an improvement on the height. It's definitely much better than it was. Not perfect still. I mean, I don't know. I guess you'd have to be the judge on that yourselves. You can tell me if you think that it's better. But this is what I was going to do because I really like this head sculpt that comes on this figure specifically. And I wanted to see if you could pop this head sculpt onto here. But now it's not going to have the butterfly joints. So, I mean, I guess that works. It's not like a huge difference. There's definitely a difference, but I don't know, maybe you can get away with it. He's definitely a bit pale. I wish he wasn't as pale, but it still looks pretty good there. I like that. I think that looks pretty snazzy for the most part, but yeah. I like that head sculpt for whatever reason. I like the skin tone on this figure. I think that it's the most natural. It doesn't look like, you know, it has any issues or anything like that. Gear may be a little bit better as well, but let's line these back up so you can see the other gear with this as well. So you can see all the different figures here. So you can just pop this off. If you guys were unaware, you can just pop this off here, and then you can put on the gray attire or whatever the hell, and now you can have 2 different gears for your Mox figure there. So I definitely want to track down a mint on card, and then I'll probably track down one more just so I can display both options or have both of those at my disposal or whatever the hell. But yeah, I am missing the camo gear from the Unrivaled 5 chase as I knock them all over. Freaking pieces of shish. But anyway, that's your Mox figure comparison. And then for another comparison, we do have the Blackpool Combat Club up next to each other with Cesaro or Claudio Castagnoli. You have Wheeler Yuta. and you do have Bryan Danielson up next to him there, and they all look pretty good together, I might add. I know that Claudio's a bit massive when it comes to other figures, but it really doesn't look bad when you got them all, you know, up next to each other and everything like that. So, not bad whatsoever here on the Mox with the Blackpool Combat Club. And then for your Shield figure comparisons, we do have the Ultimate Edition Roman Reigns, and then we do have the Ultimate Edition Seth Rollins here if you wanted to scale these. They look pretty good. I think all three of them look pretty good up next to each other. Mox on camera looks a bit tall, but it's not bad in person when you see them up next to each other. I think you could scale these together, have these in a wrestling match or on your display, and I don't think it would bother you that bad. It's not that bad. I'm not getting, you know, oh, this is just egregious to look at, so that's always a fun plus. But yeah, that does it for your Shield figure comparisons. But I think that about wraps up our AEW Supreme Jon Moxley action figure review. Don't forget this is exclusive to Walmart. You can get it on Walmart.com. You can get it at your local stores. I know it is hitting in some areas, and apparently it was hitting my area, and then I missed it, and then a lady just came to my door and handed it to me personally. So I don't know what's going on there. But at the end of the day, I really like this Mox figure. Now, is it going to hold up in terms of tight joints and things like that when you go to pose it around and all those things? I don't know that for sure quite yet. You know, we'll have to see about that. However, it's been very fun. It was fun to shoot. It was fun to pose around. I think that the scale, while not perfect, I don't think it's perfect scale. It's definitely a step in the right direction. I think that, you know, there's some great things there. I like that they added the chest hair there. The head sculpts are pretty solid. I think that all the accessories you get is awesome, even if you're going to have to, you know, soak those and get all the ink out of there or whatever. This will definitely stain if you leave the jackets and stuff on there. I wouldn't even take a risk with it, but there is ways that you can get around that, which I will definitely be trying my hand at. But the leather jacket's sweet. The dog tags are sweet. I just think this is a really good Mox figure. You get a lot of bang for your buck, a lot of value in this set and things like that. So I would recommend getting this. If you don't have a Mox, this is the definitive Mox. And I would look into maybe moving all of your Moxes to get this one. I think this is the best one. It comes with 2 different gears. You can pick which one you like. It comes with the leather jacket. It's got the AEW Championship and the coveted AEW microphone, of course. So, I mean, there's so many great things about this Mox. I enjoy it a lot. I think that this is great. It looks really good, poses well, is a fun Mox figure overall, and I like it. I like it a lot, man. So, you know, you can take with that what you will, look through all the different pros and cons of the situation, see how it compares, and really, I guess what I would like to see more from this figure or this series is just better butterfly joints. I think better, you know, more indentation from this figure would have been cooler so you can get more, you know, posability and things like that. But at the end of the day, I'm happy with it. I think it's a fun figure, and we'll have to see how it all goes there, man. But at the end of the day, that is going to wrap up our Supreme AEW Moxley figure review. I appreciate you guys so very much. I'd love to know what you guys think of this figure down in the comment section below. And, of course, leave me all of your thoughts on it if you guys have grabbed it or not. But that's going to do it for me here, man. A huge shout out to our Patreon members, man. I appreciate all you fellas so very much. You guys are unbelievable. I appreciate all of you so very much. Thank you guys so much for the support. I appreciate you guys so very much. And I hope that you guys know how much you are appreciated over here. But that's going to wrap the video, man. Hope you guys did enjoy. Leave me your thoughts. I'll see you guys next time. Have a blessed one, and I'll catch you guys later.